are listed. They're up on eBay right now. We have two night creepers. One's heavily weathered and the other one is lightly weathered. And then we have a heavier weathered flashback mask. So you guys want to check that out. Starting bid is at $250, and good luck. I just want to let you guys know that these things are on eBay right now. Look them up, and you can see the names of the masks. Look it up under Halloween Michael Myers flashback mask, or Halloween Michael Myers mask, custom corpses, Night Creeper. And you'll find it. But I want to wish everybody good luck. Anybody that's interested in ordering one or trying to win one, should I say? Oh boy, I'm sorry. I've got the yawns. Long day today. I poured up 2 more masks. I have them drying. One is behind me. Let me see if we can see it. Yeah, that's in front of the fan here. I think that's right there. Yeah, it should be right there. Problem is I can't see. There it is. There it is. It's right behind the fan, air being blown on it. And then we have another flashback in that mold right there. And the air's being blown on it. It's just works so much better when the fans blow directly into the mask. It dries the latex really fast. I can pull these masks by tomorrow late afternoon, and then I will have the fans blowing on the outside of the latex for another couple of hours before I can paint them. And there's the mask right there. We have, is that the flashback? No, this is the Night Creeper that I'm looking straight at. That's the flashback right there. And then right behind it, there's the other mask, the other Night Creeper. And this is the heavier weathered Night Creeper, the one that's right here. This is a heavier weathered flashback. And behind the flashback, there's a lightly weathered Night Creeper. So I have 2 Night Creepers and 1 flashback. And then my brother's. So there it is behind there. There, my brother's. I'm still working on that to perfect that. Anyway, yeah. So as long as I have that done and ready for him for Halloween, his Night Creeper, he'll be happy. $14 people. Good God. We got 14 watching? Okay, I just want to let you guys know, if you're interested in one of these masks, I have them on eBay right now. eBay, they're listed. You can look them up here. All 3 of those masks are up for bidding. We have Halloween Michael Myers flashback mask at the top. It's custom corpses FB78, heavier weathering. When you see the pictures, you're going to love them. Believe me, amazing looking. I love the heavier weathering. It looks really good. And I have 2 Night Creepers, Night Creeper 1 and 2. These are numbered too, as well. These are Night Creeper is number 2 and 3. Number 2 is the heavier weathering, and number 3 is the lighter weathering. And the flashback is the number 2 flashback being sold on eBay. But there was a buyer that has the number 1 mask. So go to eBay and take a peek. You can look them up. There's the names. Just going to give you guys a heads up. And these are up. And London Moore, hey, what's happening, man? London, we got the mask up on eBay. Okay, so London, this is how I do it. I fill the mold up about halfway. If it's a one-piece mold, fill the mold up about halfway. Then I brush the latex into all the details. I make sure that I use a chip brush, and I brush it into the details. Make sure there's no bubbles up against the wall. All right. Then what I do is I fill it all the way up, and that's called dwell casting. It gives you an even thickness throughout the whole mask, which is my preferred way to do it. I do not like doing slush casting, but I might be going towards that in the future anyway because of other reasons. But Asylum, what's happening, man? We've got 3 masks on eBay. Look them up under Halloween Michael Myers flashback mask or Halloween Michael Myers mask. And Custom Corpses Night Creeper. One's heavily weathered, the other one's lightly weathered. And the weathering on the flashback is really phenomenal this time. Okay, so London, let me get back to this now. So what I do is I fill it up about halfway, I don't slush it around, I brush it around and brush it all the way up to the top of the neck. All right, then what I do is I pour in the rest of the latex and fill it all the way up to the very top of the neck. I put a piece of cellophane on it, and then I take a rubber mallet and I bang on the surface of the outside surface of the plaster mold. Bang on it good to release all the bubbles from the walls in case there are any bubbles stuck to the walls, because that'll be on the surface of your mask and you don't want that. So I usually bang on it on and off for about a half hour until it sets up, and then I stop banging on it and I let it sit for another half hour, just dwelling in there. So a total time that you have that mask filled to the top is 1 hour, and that'll give you a 1/8 thickness, 1/8 inch thickness. It's a perfect thickness. All right, and it really gives you a really nice thickness. 1/8 inch will give you a firm mask to where it doesn't lose its shape by holding it. All right, or when you're wearing it, it doesn't droop on you or anything. But yet it's thin enough and soft enough to where it's nice. It's a nice fit. Doesn't make you sweat a lot either. You get more airflow, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I just think it's a good thickness. I think it's the perfect thickness. If you go too thick, the mask gets heavy. It's just uncomfortable to wear a mask that's really thick. Wow, holy mackerel, I'm getting all these people. Espanol. I don't speak Spanish, so I wish I did. Yeah, I've got the 2 masks, and they're going to be retooled, London. And I recommend anybody that's getting a free mask, including you, Asylum, is to wait for me to do the retool. And that's not going to be until after Halloween. Gina Marie, do Laurie Strode. Is that a dance? To Laurie Strode. No, you mean sculpt Laurie Strode? It'd be really cool. I'll tell you this, Gina Marie. You do a Laurie Strode, only as her when she's older. When she's real rough looking, and then do the eye cutouts on her, and do a She Myers, I don't know, whatever you want to call her. That would be pretty cool, a Laurie Strode face, because she's got that elongated face, and with her being aged now, naturally older. I'm not saying she's not a pretty woman, she is. in the movie, she's not so pretty. But what I'd like to do is like maybe doing Laurie Strode and then turn her into a Michael Myers mask. Only Laurie Strode, or that'd be cool. Nothing more. The she, the he she mask. I don't know. I'm just being. Could I do it? I could do anything, Gina. You'd be surprised what a 62-year-old man can do. You'd really be surprised. Only joking, please. Don't take that seriously. I'll stick to mask making, and that's good enough for me. Anyway, Briley French. What's happening, Briley? Oh, Jesus. Laurie Strode. That would be pretty cool, though. I really think about that. A Laurie Strode mask. Make her look like Michael Myers. And her hair's all whacked out and long, strangly, just real. And paint her face white. Age her perfect. Could do it, but I don't want to do a young Laurie Strode. I want to do an older Laurie Strode because she just has more of the. She would be scarier as a mask. You're 8. Jesus, oh my God. Well, then, all right. Now I feel like an ass. 8. Oh my God. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna just jump right over that. Gina Marie, and you're a boy too. Okay. Asylum, you're 5. I might believe that. No, I'm only kidding. Anyway, guys. No one asked. You're right. No one did ask. Anyway, yeah, but Laurie Strode, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool, but aged. And that's going to be a long time before I even get to that if I were to do something like that, because Laurie Strode is not like on my must-do list. The main thing I have to focus on is getting these Michael Myers masks done. Riley French, you lost your dog. How'd you lose your dog? I mean, passed away, or? I'm a dog lover, not so much a cat lover, but I do like dogs. I like playing with cats, but I'm allergic to cats, so I can't really love a cat. But dogs, I love dogs, but I don't have one. I just don't have the time to take care of one, and I don't believe in owning an animal that you're not going to take care of. I'm an animal lover, but I just know myself, and I just don't have the patience or the time right now. I know I asked for Laurie Strode. Okay. Yeah, I know, but I'm just being nice. Laurie Strode is, if I do it right, it could be cool. It could be a cool mask. But I already have a concept mask for that. And Asylum, we already talked about that on the movie that I was going to do. But finding out that so many people are breaking out with these movies, they're coming out with all these short films for YouTube, and there's so many movies being made with the Michael Myers genre, so it's kind of a waste of time. Anyway, oh Jesus, a lot of people on tonight. Well, I mean, I had as many as close to 20-some people at one point, 23 people. Came on and jumped off. But I wanted to let everybody know that I have my 3 masks on eBay right now, and they'll be up there for 7 days. But meanwhile, I'll be making more masks. These are numbered. I have 2 flashbacks. I have 1 flashback, and that's number 2. The number 2, it's actually the number 3 mask that was sold, but it's the second mask that's sold on eBay. So I numbered it number 2 on eBay. And the other 2 masks is mask 2 and 3. The heavy weathered is number 2, and the lighter weathered night creeper is number 3. So I have 2 night creepers and 1 flashback on eBay. See, Campbell, you're a fury, huh? Well, that's good. You found your dog. Can't lose her dogs. Gotta keep her dogs. Yeah, well. Tina, not anymore. Anyway, I'm just reading over some of the comments that I might have missed. I'm pretty much caught up. So it's gonna be a long time if I were ever to do a Laurie Strode mask. It'll be a long time before I do it. Oh, why not? You know, girls have to be able to play the role too. You know, they gotta have a role. So maybe somebody, some cool female will sport a Laurie Strode mask. Good Lord, I'm getting all kinds of hits with eBay right now. eBay's hitting me up on messages. I got a lot of people. I'm sorry for yawning, guys, but I start my day at the break of dawn. I get up, I get busy with this stuff right away. I styled the hair for the mask, and you guys can see that online. You can see that on eBay if you want to go check out the eBay masks. Yeah, so I don't do shout outs anymore. I learned my lesson with the shout out stuff. Good luck with getting your shout outs. I also have to share this on Facebook. Oh, I have all kinds of links that you contact me with if you're interested in purchasing a mask directly from me. And all you guys that are getting free masks, I honestly feel like you better wait. Just wait until I do the retool, because it'll be worth it. You know, I can make this one for you, but once your freebie's gone, it's gone, man. I'm not giving out any more free masks. That I can't do. I can't afford it. I have to start making money. Unless I'm getting something in return, whether it be money or editing videos, or I had somebody that I'm going to give 2 masks to because he's done all that work to my cards and stuff. I'm going to have them done up really nice. So I believe in trading our abilities. I think, you know, if somebody can do something for me, I can do something for them and send them a mask. It's worth it to me, you know. So I know I sell them for a pretty high price, and I could probably to get somebody to do those cards for me and everything, and you're several $100s too. So I need them for the masks. I want to get tags for the mask. I have my tagger right here. Well, You can't see it. It's behind that thing there, but it's a tagger, and it tags the mask. So. Yes, I do sell blanks, but the eye cuts are cut out, the seam is cut, everything's cut out on the blanks for obvious reasons. You don't want anybody foam filling it and, trying to copy the mask. So you cut out all the eye holes and everything. Yep. Sell blanks. Let anybody else, if they want to do their own mask, they can do it. They want to paint it the way they want to paint it, they can paint it any way they want. Well, well, I think what I'm going to do is if I see next time I see no one asked, I'm going to take that person out of the link here. You'll be put in timeout. Pipe Master, what's up? Am I getting lots of action? I haven't updated it. I've been showing the links. I'm getting a lot of action, huh? Pipe Master's in the house. Going to see you this weekend, man. It's going to be fun. All right, Asylum, we can make that happen. You want a blank? The blanks are 300, just so you know. I don't put blanks on eBay. Yeah, man. I'm excited for that. Let me refresh to see how many views I'm getting. Refresh. Good God. I only posted these 15 minutes ago, man. I've already got 8 views and 2 watchers. 10 on the weathered, heavily weathered, 10 views and 2 watchers. On the light view, the lighter weathering, it's 4 views and 1 watcher. No bids yet, but you know what? I learned something with eBay. They usually don't start bidding until the very last day, even if and sometimes the very few last hours. eBay's kind of weird. It's no problem. Gina Marie's put in timeout for 24 hours. If she comes back, then we'll. Anybody else want to go to timeout? So that's enough for her. Whatever. Well, honestly, I know that there's some people out there that bid for people to get the price to go up. I don't see anything wrong with that as long as you don't get stuck with the mask. But I'm not trying to. I want to. I'm actually test marketing, so I really want to see the true results, and that's why I didn't put any fake bids in on that last one, the last two that I sold, and I don't plan on doing it with this. I'm not putting any bids in. I'm not having anybody do any bids for me, because you don't want to get stuck with the mask either if you really don't want it, because otherwise I have to eat it and relist it. And it's obvious, because if you see it relisted again after somebody won it, you know what they did. So I'm not that kind of guy. I don't believe in, doing it because it looks too fake. You can see it. When somebody, like if I put the mask up and somebody wins it, regardless of how much it was, if it was $600 and somebody won the bid, and all of a sudden, 2 days later, all of a sudden you see the same mask back up on eBay. That tells you right there that one of two things happened. One, that it was a fake bid, or two, the person backed out. And it's unlikely that people back out when they put bids in because it can wreck their reputation on eBay. It'd be really hard to bid for things because eBay would flag you. But anyway, Asylum, I just said it. It was $300 for the blanks. I don't sell them cheap, and the reason why I don't sell them cheap is because I don't like people ordering blanks. I really don't, but I'll do it for you. Although you know what, I should rethink that, because I would like to see other artists' ideas, other spins on my mask. That would be pretty cool, because I have my set ways of the way I want to paint this, and it'd be neat to see somebody else do a paint job on them. Yeah, that could, well, yeah, but each paint job. See, I can see the difference between one mask versus the other. You really can't replicate the paint scheme perfectly every time. And if I have a still shot of the mask that's on eBay, if I have a still shot and I put it next to another mask that's been put up, and if I see the paint schemes identical, then I'll know that that mask has been put back up. I just don't want anybody bidding on there unless they're real serious bidders, and I just think it's the best way to go. I got two really great positive reviews from the people that bought that won the mask last time. So I'm doing really good with eBay. That's a good thing. Yeah, see down here on the bottom? See what it reads? I left you a great feedback. I'll send you some pics also. That guy there, he's the one that won the flashback mask last. He got that for $280. It's funny. He messaged me, and he said, "Can I buy it from you now for $300?" And I said, "No." He actually offered $350. He offered $350, but I didn't have the offer button on. I have to do that with these. I'm gonna have to redo this. I'm gonna have to revise these and put the make an offer. But I have a minimum. Oh yeah, why not? What's to see, man? What's to see? I'm an old fart. What are you gonna do? Anyway, don't have my hat on. I need to shave. Oh yeah, man. I'm roughing it tonight, but I've been outside all day, working and working and working. Pipe Masters in the house. Takeoff Visions in the house. Asylum's in the house. The blood, well, the blood's the same. What blood are you using for the Halloween 2? It's the same blood. I don't know what you're... I mean, the Halloween paint scheme? Because that's all it is. It's the Night Creeper just painted up to look like the Halloween 2 mask. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I feel like I need a shower. London, yeah, I actually did. I still have to weather from the cheeks, from like this part of the face up. Still has to get some more weathering done. It's my brother's mask. Let me go get it real quick. Yeah, let's see if I can drag this thing with me. Hold on. No, this doesn't have any hair on it yet. Let me see if I can put it somewhere where we can take a look at it. Oh, that ain't gonna sit still. All right, that'll work. But give me a minute. Give me a minute. Wow, that looks really crooked. Give me a second. You know what? I'm going to put this on the stand. It just makes more sense. Then I can put this thing right. Oops. All right, so this is, I'm just going to, it's bulged out a little bit here on here because of the foam that's underneath. It's pushing on the head. It's pushing it out right here, so, but it has the scuff marks here. Just the weathering. Now it still has to be weathered up here. It looks a little too bright up here yet. See down here, see how it's yellow from underneath the nose down? That's what has to happen. Yet that has to be, that's a dirty wash there. It's tough underneath this kind of lighting conditions. But this has a really nice weathered look. This is going to give you that scratched up nose look. This lighting is not doing it justice, that's for sure. And again, I've shown that many a times. I think what I'll do is this paint job is weathered and it is spooky looking as you can imagine. Well, I'll tell you, Asylum, yeah, I'm really close to it, so let me back up. See if I can back up so I'm at least 6 feet away. The head's being, the right ear's, this side's being bulged out a little bit. The foam's a little too big inside the mask. So I just need to put a new foam headpiece in there. I hope so. I mean, that would be really sweet if this mask turns out like I like that upshot, like looking up on the face. That upshot's pretty cool. Down shot's pretty good too, but now it's leaning back. I can't rock it too much. It's sitting on top of a very unbalanced object, and at Custom Courses, you get a free mask. Do I get a free mask? You know, actually, guys, I don't even. I have one flashback that I use for paint reference. I didn't keep a night creeper yet. I really want to keep this one, that night creeper there, because it's aged so awesomely. That's the one I want to keep, but I can't. I got to get them sold. If I'm going to keep mask myself, how am I going to give people the masks that are getting them for free? And how do I say to them, no, I can't. I can't do that. Well, if I can't even keep one for myself, then that means I'm really being forced to sell these. I got to make a little bit of money. I figured out today how much I spent over the last year on getting materials and doing everything. I figured about $5,000, so I'm in the hole for like $5,000. So it's going to take me the whole month to recuperate that money. I don't care if as long as I break even. I'm not going to make money for a while, but as long as I can get that number up to where I can break even, if I can break even, I'm happy, man. Yeah, this paint job is badass. This is the Halloween 2. He likes Halloween 2. And it's still going to get weathering a little bit, so it's going to look a little more yellowish, especially up at the top. You can see, like you'll see patches of yellow, and that's how I airbrushed it. I made it so it looks like, patchy, because it's supposed to have some white in it, all right? But then when I finish it with the weathering, that's going to really tie it together. That's going to bring it all together so it looks really weathered, and it'll look amazing when it's done. Horror Dude, if the original 78 mask was painted with just white spray paint, why is it so hard to replicate? I just think they had lightning in a bottle. I really do. I think what happened was when they painted that mask, as they were shooting the movie, the paint started to wear off of it a little bit, and it got dirty. The mask got dirty from Nick Castle handling it from underneath the neck, taking the mask on and off, and the hair. It's documented that the hair had a spray paint in it, a black spray paint or a dye or something, and it was coming off onto Nick Castle's hands, and that's how the mask got dirty. So, through using the mask as it was freshly painted white, and they just kept, it just got dirtier and dirtier, and now, I'm going to tell you a little secret that a lot of people don't. I know I have an interview, and I can't get the DVD to play unless it's in the other, in my actual DVD player. But anyway, I have the interviews from the 20, what was it? No, not 20, the 25th anniversary special edition DVD, where they did behind the scenes. And on that video, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Damn it, I'm so tired. But anyway, the guy that did the paint job originally on the mask, he didn't use appliance white. He says that later on, and I don't know why. But they used a paint called fish belly white from back in the day. It was fish belly white. Fish belly white has a cobalt blue mix to it. There's a little bit of a blue, there's a blue to it that gives it a blue glow to it. All right, so it makes the mask look like it glows. It's ghostly looking. It's not gray. It's not made. It's not painted to look a little gray. It's not pure white either. It was called fish belly white, and he actually said it in that interview. And I have it. I just have to dig it out and prove it to you guys. I have to be able to play it on my, I guess maybe computer, but I don't have a DVD. I have an external DVD player. Maybe it'll play on that. Good night, Briley. Briley, is that right? French. Good night. Yeah, I agree. So, I don't know. The budget is custom corpses. Your Halloween Ends Night Creeper mask will be better than the actual Halloween Ends mask. Yeah, I'm hoping my masks turn out this good. You know, I just want all of them to look really good. Yeah, this is the H2 London. If you're still on. Oh God, Bo's in the house. Yeah, you're right. But Horror Dude 86, Tommy Wallace couldn't even replicate it again. He didn't. It was lightning in a bottle. He was on with Sean Clark, and Sean Clark gave him a Captain Kirk mask that was unpainted. The eyes weren't cut out. It was a Captain Kirk mask, and handed it to Tommy Wallace, and Tommy did what he did to the mask in the original Halloween movie. And the wild thing was, it looked awful. It didn't even look like the mask. I was like, oh my God. And what blew my mind about that was the fact that it just goes to show you just how lucky they were in the way they cut those eyes out, and it wasn't calculated. It was all by accident, man. He says, "Oh, I tried to cut him like almond shape." I'm sorry, he just cut the eye holes out and just gave it and just painted it. He didn't spend a lot of. There wasn't any rocket science behind it. They just did what they did, and the mask looked really creepy. And like I said, it was lightning in a bottle. So, with that being said, you know. Yeah, it was lightning in a bottle. No two ways about it. I know, he was so awful, Asylum, on those eye cuts that, I mean, any real fan of this mask knew instantly that was awful looking. And I was one of them. But I mean, I would never say that. Can you imagine saying that to Tommy Lee Wallace, the guy that created it? Man, what the hell? Oh. I mean, thank God he, like I said, it's lightning in a bottle. It was just one of those things that was done by accident. It wasn't calculated. Although I do have the video where he says it was fish belly white. And they used to make that paint. You used to be able to buy that paint. I think it actually was sold. It was called Fish Belly White, and I think it was in might have sold in a marine store, like, you know, for like boats and stuff. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But 20 bags of candy, man. You're gonna rot the neighborhood's teeth out. What's up, Banduma? Still digging your mask or what? Banduma's in the house. We got 12 people on. And you're looking down, you're looking at my brother's mask, and this is a large 26-inch mask. This is painted to look like the Halloween 2. Let me see if I can turn it just a little bit without it falling off of the, because it propped up on a bucket. So you can see that scuff mark a little better. And I gotta tilt this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now the scuff is light. You don't want the scuff to be too... I still have to darken it just a touch. But hey, did you get your sandwich? All right, love you. My wife's headed to work. So, and this is the flashback. Heavily weathered to look like Halloween. Red Row, what's up? Red Row's in the house. He's literally in the house. Red Row is in the house. And we'll keep that as a private joke. So this is the my brother's mask. This is the Night Creeper, aged to look like Halloween 2. And you can see the flesh tones underneath the neck area and the scuffs right on the throat. Weathered. I might lighten them up a little bit. They're a little too dark. I'm still working on this mask, by the way. This doesn't have all the weathering done yet. I just want to darken those scuffs just a little bit more. And I've got a new tool for doing the dirty scuffing and the eye cut, like the eye cuts, the dark in the eye cuts. I have a new technique. It's there. It starts, you can see it, it's underneath the paint a little bit. And the scuffing goes right here. But it's a little bit too light. I gotta make it a little darker. See, that scuff mark goes from here, rides up the top to the peak there where that little bump is on the head, and then kind of check marks right off the. But that'll be perfected before I give this to my brother. It'll be the right shade. It won't be too dark. It won't be too light. Right now it's too late. That's why I said I still have weathering to do, from like here on up on the face. From there on up has to be done. Mike's Horror Corner. How we doing tonight, buddy? I'm glad you love the videos. I got my buddy Red Row on right now. He's the one that actually created the shorts. If you guys check out those shorts, he's doing the shorts for me, man. He does amazing work. So you guys got to see those shorts that he has on. I think there's only 2 or 3 of them right now. But check out the little short clips that he's doing for me. And they're just to entice people to join the channel. That's all they're for. Or check out the video, like the full video. I just, with all the work that I'm doing, and he works a lot too. It's not like we both have a lot to do, but he's quick at video editing. I'm lousy at video editing. I can't even speak tonight. Anyway, like I said, so he's quicker at it. So he does the video editing when he can. Can't hold his feet to the fire because he holds down a full-time job too at the same time. And I'm just blessed to have Red Row with me. That's for sure. And he's a brother from another mother. That's who Red Row is. He's a brother from another mother. So know that to be true. And hopefully this mask business really takes off for me. As I get more of these masks done, not just these, I do the retools, I age them, make them look like the 2018, make them like I'll have a lot of Michael Myers to be able to sell, and I'll have a lot of different versions to be able to sell. So hopefully I'm making a decent living at this over the next year, and I can have Red Road join me full time. That'd be really great if I can turn this into a full-time business. That'd be awesome. You know, everybody's got to make money. You can't do it for free. Can't do shit for free, that's for sure. But yeah, and I have a lot of time on my hands because I'm semi-retired. Banduma, man, I wish you could put your mask on and show people. And Banduma, if you could, if you're still on, do me a favor and, as short as possible, let people know how you feel about your mask that you got. All right. And you got that from Pipe Master, I believe, right, Banduma? So I think people get blown away when the mask really it's in their hands, because the quality, I really don't like putting masks out there that are defective or any like bubbles in the mask or even on the inside of the mask. I try to pay close attention to that sort of stuff, and you want as high quality as possible. You will sometimes get maybe a little tiny defect here and there, but there's not, you can't, I've yet to see a completely perfect pull. I've never pulled one yet that was so perfect. And I've done quite a few of these masks. I've got it down to a pretty good science as far as the thickness, the quality, the latex quality is really nice. Latex skull mask, man, they're pretty cool. I like those. You see my pumpkins here? All right, you see that pumpkin that's cut out? It's made to look like the Halloween 2. Well, I'm going to, in the near future, over there on the shelf, right there, wrapped in silicone still, is the skull. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that skull in foam inside the pumpkin and be able to open the pumpkin up right in the middle. You'll be able to open up the pumpkin, and it's going to look just like the opening scene of Halloween 2 with the skull inside the pumpkin. And I want to make those. I have a whole bunch of pumpkins up here. They're all hollow, and they're ready for casting. They're ready to, I can make, let me see, I can make right now, I can make 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can make 8 of those pumpkin skulls. And I just love that Halloween original 1982, 81 Halloween 2 mask, pumpkin scene where it splits open and the mask is revealed, or the skull mask is revealed inside. The thing I'm trying to figure out is how do I make the mask look like it's stretching, because that was the secret. So what I'm going to do is make a latex mask from the skull and somehow glue it to the inside of that pumpkin, and when you open it up, it's going to stretch that latex. And I'm going to have, I got my buddy Red Row on here. I'm going to have him make an animatronic thing where it'll open up, it'll open and close slow. It'll open and close just as fast as it does on the movie, and have it reveal very slowly. That is so cool. I think that would be such a cool item to sell. And We just have to figure out the animatronics to do it. And the lighting inside that mask has to be right too. I think I have that figured out. You know, have you guys ever watched that sequence where that mask opens up, and take a really good look at the inside of that? It almost looks like cobwebs are stuck to the face, and and as it's stretching out and deforming, you can actually see the cobwebs being pulled, like they're attached to the mask somehow. I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. That's a really cool effect. But here's the problem I have. They probably opened that up one time, so it was easy to stick that cotton or whatever they stuck to that mask, so it pulled apart to make it look like it was cobwebs. All right, but it won't do it over and over again. So in other words, I can't have the mask open up, close up, and then have the same result if I use cotton. So it has to be something that will stretch back and go back to natural form. That's the secret. How do we do that? I'll come up with it. I'll figure it out. It's going to take some time. But first of all, I'm not done with the Halloween franchise stuff yet. I'm still doing the Michael Myers masks. That's what I'm focused on. Yeah, I'm going to do the pumpkin. I got the pumpkins up there. I just don't have, I'm also going to do, I talked to my partner here, Red Row, about a really cool item that I'm going to sell. You guys are going to want that. That's going to go on that's going to go on my website, customcorpses.com. That's going to be on that website. Once I get to that point, I got to get these masks done. This winter, I will get every one of these masks done and in full production by spring and summer. Next year, all the masks will be finished, and we'll have the molds, and we'll be making Michael Myers masks all summer long for the Halloween season. But over this winter, that's why it's important. Now, you guys get the free masks, that you'll get that. The ones that want the current, like if you want the Night Creeper, that would be your free mask. If you want a flashback, I recommend wait for the retool. But I can give you a small Night Creeper. It's 25 inches. If that's what you want instead. I really like the Night Creeper over the over the flashback that I currently have. I think it just gives so much attitude. That's just my thought. But the next flashback that I retool is going to be smoking hot. And that's the one, anybody that's waiting for a flashback, I recommend you to wait for that. Let me get that retooled. And then I'm going to silicone it because I want that as a master copy. And that will be the master copy that I will create the 2018, the kills and the ends. And I'm also going to do a 2018 kills and ends from the Night Creeper. And on both of those masks, I'm also going to do a concept mask. So that's going to be pretty cool. Really cool. I hope that's a big seller. Concept mask. It'll be unique, and I haven't seen any out there like it. So you guys should really, that should be a big seller for me. You know, Asylum, as much as you say that was perfect, it wasn't quite perfect. There was a couple things that that had to be changed, and I pointed it out to. I showed pictures of this problem that I had with it to oh God, to Pipe Master, and he was like, "Oh man, I didn't even realize that." And it's because when you're looking straight on, you couldn't see it, but when you looked, like you're looking up the face here, the nostrils were at different depths in the face. One was sunk back further than the other, and it didn't look right when you were looking up the mask. It looked totally wrong. So I have got to, that had to be fixed. I saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm glad that didn't work. I'm actually glad that didn't work. That mold broke. It didn't hold because this new Night Creeper is going to, or the new Flashback is going to be spot on. It's going to be really good. You're going to love that retool Banduma. That yes, Banduma actually has the very first. He has night. You have Pipe Master's mask, right? Not only is that the first mask, it's like the prototype. It's a prototype, so it's a rare. It's well, it's rare. It's going to be the only one of its kind. I have the other prototype, but he actually had the first one. I gave him the very first one. I didn't even keep the first one for myself. So you have the very, very first FB 78 from Custom Corpses, Banduma. And you bought it at a good price. And yeah. So you're blessed with that, man. If you ever had to sell it, you know you're going to make some money with it in the future. Because I have a fun. Pipe Master, you know what? Shall we let the cat out of the bag? Pipe Master, I'm going to let you say it. Tell them what mask you have and the one I'm going to repaint for you. This is one of the reasons why Banduma got lucky and Pipe Master had to let my mask go. But Pipe Master also knows he will never have to pay for a mask from me because of all his help. And I mean a lot of help, more than you guys know. And he's also local. See, he comes down here every once in a while and he helps me out with different things. Pipe Master will never have to buy a mask from me. He'll always get a free mask. So he gets the updated version, which is going to be better. I'll let Banduma answer that question. But Pipe Master, the reason why, all right, I'm not going to say a word. I think the paint scheme that I'm using is really, really spooky. It's good. It's got a really, and it's not too heavy. It's not overdone. If you overdo it, it's so easy to overdo it, and you have to do it with an airbrush. You cannot captivate the look, and you also have to use the good paints. You cannot use cheap paint. Asylum, Banduma got Pipe Master's mask, and Pipe Master had the very, very first copy. I mean, the very first copy. I don't even have the first copy. I have the second copy. They're both prototypes. So he has the very, very first mask. But he paid a lot of money for that mask. Banduma paid pretty good penny for that mask. Pipe Master, I don't know if you want to share why you let that go. And I thought, you know what, he's got to do it because he gets another free mask from me anyway. And he'll also get the prototype of the version 2 when it's finally done. So this way he loses nothing. Now, Banduma, make sure, I think you sent me your contact information. I'm going to tell everybody right now, put my email. Let me text the email. Can I do that on here? No, I got to do it on this damn computer, don't I? Nope, I don't want to. How do I do it? How do I text? Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it. Doesn't give me an option to text on the phone. Nope, can't do it that way. Shit. I think it's because my camera's on. That's why. That's why, because we're going through the camera. Okay, so what I need to do is have you guys staring at this for a few minutes and go on the computer and text in my email. If you don't have it, you're going to have it right now in a minute. All right. Let me pull that up. I'm going to refresh this, see what kind of action I'm getting here. I said I got a lot of views already on both of them. Both of them got a lot of views. Hold on, let me see where we're at now. Whew. 13 views, 2 watchers. 12 views, 2 watchers. The flashback mask is really it really grabs attention. And as it gets closer to Halloween, I think there's going to be more and more people, like, panicking on whether or not they want the mask in time for Halloween. So, we're getting close now. So, all right, let me do this. Let me go out. Let's go to YouTube. I gotta turn this volume down. And I'm gonna go to my channel. Give me a second. Okay, this is my email, everybody. right, that's my email. I want you guys to save that and send me your contact information because I need to be able to, especially anybody that bought a mask or has a mask, you know, from me. I'm getting cards made up, and as soon as they're not cards, tags for the masks. As soon as they're done, I want to be able to send this off to you. Plus, we're doing something else too in the very near future. I want to put something in the box besides the mask as a gift, and we came up with a really good idea, and I think it's going to be awesome. But I have to make it yet. I still have to make it. So Slasher 781. Well, actually, after Halloween, that's why if you're going on eBay, if you want to order them directly from me, you can order them directly from me. But you're going to pay full price when you order directly from me. When they're on eBay, you got a shot at winning them at a cheaper price because the starting bid's at $250. The buy it now is at $450, and that's what I charge for my mask. They're $450 plus tax, so it actually comes out to about $477. If you live in the United States, it's free shipping. Now on eBay, I have 3 masks up there right now. I have 2 night creepers and 1 flashback. The flashback is weathered heavily, and there's 1 night creeper that's heavily weathered, and the other one's lightly weathered. Take a look at them. Look up Halloween, Michael Myers mask, ... custom corpses flashback, and Halloween Michael Myers flashback mask, and you'll see my flashback, and you'll be able to look at all the stuff that I'm selling. There's 3 items that I'm selling right now, and the bidding ends in 7 days, so 7 days from tonight. I just put them up tonight, and I've already got 2 or 3 watchers on each one of the masks, and quite a few views, and I only put them up at 7:30 tonight. So from 7:30 to now, it's getting a lot of traction. It's actually getting more traction than it did the first time I sold masks. The first 2 masks that I sold on there. And those people got their mask and they gave me great reviews. They were absolutely stunned by the way the mask looked when they got it. The one guy said, "Man, you have no idea, it made my friggin' day." When he opened that box, he was so excited. He couldn't wait. He immediately texted me as soon as he got the mask. So I was excited I'm excited for anybody because we're all passionate about the Michael Myers franchise. You have to be extra passionate to start making these masks. Oh, you can see it now. It's very light. It's not heavy. It's going to be a little bit heavier. But you got to also remember, I'm not done with the upper part of that head yet. It still looks a little too bright. The features are popping a little too high. A little too... the features are popping just a little too much. You notice, like, from the cheeks on down, you see how it looks yellowed? That's how the top has to look too. It looks a little too white at the top of the forehead and stuff. You need a little more yellowing up there, but that's going to be done with dirty washes. That's not done with airbrush. And the scuffing, that's a secret. That's a little trade secret that I'm keeping secret. Let's just say, I'll give you a hint. let's just say I know a guy. I know a guy that that's a makeup artist, and he gave me a technique that absolutely is going to be amazingly. I'll be able to do these. I'll be able to weather everything so much better now. So I ordered some of the product, and I got to wait for it to come in. It's coming from Amazon. What isn't, you know? Everything you get now has to go through Amazon. Pipe Master got the NAG Ultimate Flashback. That's why Banduma has Pipe Master's mask, because there was an opportunity for Pipe Master to get a hold of this NAG mask, and NAG has a waiting list of like 8 months. So I said, man, no, jump on it. So he had to sell that mask that I made him. But he also knows that he's going to get that retool, and it's not going to cost him a penny. So he's going to get that retool, and he can't wait for that. So Pipe Master wants me to repaint his NAG Ultimate Flashback, because he's not, I don't think he's not happy with it. I guess he likes the paint job that I did on the latest mask. So I don't want to say that, because NAG's work is phenomenal. So, but my criticism to that mask, I love NAG's work, I do, but it looked a little too gray. And no matter what lighting I saw it in, so far, it looks gray. But the mask is amazing looking. Man, does it look good. You know, the first pictures I saw it, the eye cuts looked big. But then he sent me better pictures, set at the right distance. Silent, are you the rat? I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole, Pipe Master. You can talk to him about that. Yeah, the flashback is like a, yeah, it's got a light brown tint to it. Very light brown, the original, the actual mask. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? To me, that doesn't matter. What took place, it does and it doesn't. I'm telling everybody right now that I do not want any criticism of other artists. I don't. I put an apology video up, and I don't want to single anybody out about who it was, because then that puts a target on their back. So, but we have criticized mask makers on here, and quite a few, a couple of them. And I don't want to criticize other mask makers, because I know how hard it really is to make these masks. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And criticism, I have no problem with criticism. I criticize me, criticize my mask. I'm all for that. This is my channel. I'm open to constructive criticism. If you're just being ignorant and, and believe me, I'm an artist, so I'm going to know whether you know what you're talking about or you're not, or you don't. And Asylum's one of these guys that knows. Pipe Master's one that knows. Banduma, you're also going to repaint your NAG flashback? You can have it sent to me. I can paint it up like mine. We can do the heavier weathering, unless if you're a good artist and you can do it yourself, go for it. Go for it. I don't want to rehair it because I think the hair that nag uses, I can't get here in the States. So I would put a, we're going to put a shower cap on the nag repaint mask that we're going to do this weekend. We're going to repaint Nag's mask, and I'm actually going to do an uploaded video. I'm not going to do a live. We're going to do a video of repainting Nag's mask, and then we'll upload it. I don't know. How about 250? Would that sound okay? Van Duma? I can't put my address. You know what? Email me. If it's only, wait a minute, I don't have to take the hair off, right? Van Duma, do you know if the mask has been sealed? Because that definitely makes it more work. And it's important to know if the mask has been sealed, because if the mask is sealed and you say it's not, and I go to paint that paint will beat up. It won't stick to the mask, and that's not a good thing. I have to treat that latex, that paint that's on the surface of the mask. And basically I'm just going to use a lacquer thinner and rub it real good and try to get that finish off of it before I repaint it. May have to do that anyway, just for precaution. So yeah, maybe I can do it for 200. You pay for shipping. I can do it for 200. I don't have to do anything to the hair. That's the main thing. Yeah, that's reasonable. I'll repaint it and make it look like the flashback. Would you like the heavier weathered flashback that I did? If you look at the eBay right now, and look at the flashback that's on there, that paint job is sick. I love it. I love that paint job. And I've got that thing down now. Phew, that's going to be awesome. Yeah, if you don't have airbrush or you don't have the right things to paint that, please don't. Nag's mask is a beautiful mask. Don't wreck that paint. Don't wreck it if you really don't know what you're doing. So if you're doing them, I'm not. Please don't take offense to that. You may know what you're doing, so I'm not. I don't know if you do or you don't. But if you don't know what you're doing, please don't do it yourself. You know, I don't even care if you don't use me for the artist. Send it to somebody you really love, and get it done right, because it's worth the money. We don't use cheap paints. As a matter of fact, right here, you can see the paint that I use right here. See this? This is the best paint in business. Nightshades. That is the best paint available. That's created by, I want to say Justin Mayberry. Am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But he created that paint, and I'm going to tell you, man, the first time I used this paint, Pipe Master will tell you. Yes, Van Duma, just email me. You got my email right up the top of the page. You go up about 10 spots, and you'll see my email, Custom Corpse's email, if you don't have it already. Yes, Nick did contact me. Bo. And I talked to Nick directly. And I felt bad because, you know something? I don't like criticism of other people's products on here, because I've never had a Nick mask. I've never had one of his masks. Who am I to criticize? And the other thing too, I've only been doing this for 3 years. 3 years. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty good at it. But who am I to criticize? I just don't believe in that. I think, you know, now in defense of the person that uh, ordered the mask, he had legitimate reasons why he was upset with Nick. But I want those two to work it out. Let them two work it out. I don't want to discuss this stuff on my channel. This is a personal thing between one guy and another guy. Let them hatch it out. I don't want that kind of talk on here. I don't want negativity. I'm not a negative person. I'm really not. I don't like drama. I got so many other things that I like to do. Well, if you're that good of a painter, then try it. Banduma, try it. Do it yourself. Try it. If you really love what you've done, keep it. If you aren't satisfied and you feel like, you know, you want to send it off to an artist, whether it be me or somebody else, then send it off. But take a stab at it. But remember to put the shower cap on it, and you might want to rub it down carefully with some lacquer thinner in case there's any kind of sealant put over top of that paint. I don't know that he does, but if he does, it's better. Now you're going to take a look. If there's no sealant on that paint, you'll probably take a little of the paint off. But since you're repainting it, that's not going to hurt. But you want to definitely rub it down and then let that dry thoroughly. Because when you put lacquer thinner on a mask, it can deform the mask a little bit, but it'll come right back to normal shape after it's dry thoroughly. All right, so do yourself a favor when you're doing this, rub it down with lacquer thinner. All right, rub it down good. If the paint starts coming off, you know there's no sealant on it. But if it feels like, well, you'll see, you'll feel it almost like it's like wet ice. It's real slippery, slimy. So, yeah, that's when you'll know that there's sealant on there. So you get that sealant off of there, then you can repaint the mask. Make sure you put a shower cap on it and tape it down to the mask so it doesn't get into the hair at all. You don't want that. You don't want that hair getting hit with any paint. And you've said you've repainted masks, so you already know how to do that. So, sorry for preaching to you about something you already know. So, all right, all right, for that much. But like I said, take a stab at it, man. Do it yourself. If you don't like the way it's turned out, then send it off to me or somebody. That's the best thing I can tell you. And a pipe master wants me to repaint his mask, his nag mask. So I'm going to repaint that this coming weekend, but we're going to record it. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to share that paint scheme. I'll do segments. I'll do bits and pieces of it. I'll do bits and pieces, so it doesn't reveal everything. There's little things that I'm like, yeah, I can't reveal that. Everybody could do that paint job. I just think, regardless of how I'm painting it, you just have to have an eye for detail, that's all. I'm a pretty good painter. You know, Banduma, there's a lot of truth in that. I want to send off, I'm sending off to Nick, but I want to wait till I do the retool. As a matter of fact, I want to message him about that because I was going to send him off this version of the FB78, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to retool it and put out and you know, make it so perfect. And then I'm going to send out my mask for Nick Mulpagano to actually repaint it. Because I love to see other artists work on your product, because what I see versus what somebody else sees could be night and day. And it'd be really cool to see somebody else's perspective on the paint job. That would be awesome. You know, let somebody else paint it. But Brent Banduma, you know what? I want you to paint. I would like you to paint your mask, your nag mask first. Paint it the way you like it. All right, paint it. If you really love it, keep it. If you don't love it, if you're not really loving it, and you still want me to paint it, send it to me the way you painted it, because I'd like to see somebody else's art. I want to see somebody else's art. I enjoy other people doing stuff. I do. I watch videos constantly, every night, every day, any waking moment, as long as I can stay awake. Tonight's not going to be one of the nights. Although I'm pretty active talking, but I'm still tripping over words. You can hear my voice is it's all breaking up. Very tired. But I'll paint your mask if you really want me to just do the paint job on it. I'll do it, and I'll give you that really weathered look that I did to the Night Creeper. The Night Creeper. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. The flashback Banduma that you have, I would consider that a lightly weathered. It's not as heavily weathered. The newer version, the new weathering techniques that I'm using has a heavier weathering to it. So, but you have to understand, when you do the heavier weathering, it makes the mask look good in all lighting. You can't overdo it, because then it becomes cartoonish. All right. Now, I've heard that word being used in other references, but that's not what I meant to say. And let me rephrase that. It looks painted. When you weather it wrong and you overdo it, it looks painted. When you can look at something and go, is that actually shadow from light, or is that shadow from paint? When you can't decipher that in any lighting, that's a perfect weathering job. All right. And when I say weathering, I'm talking about the shadows, the cheek shadows, the inside of the eye cut shadowing, the outside shadowing, right where the right underneath the eyes, you know, under the eye cuts, under the under eye cuts. That shadowing has to be right. But if you overdo it, it'll look painted. You're trying to shadow so it looks natural. That's the secret that I can reveal to my paint schemes. My paint schemes are done in such a way where you can't tell whether it's paint or natural lighting. It's causing the shadow. And that is the way I do it is probably a lot different than everybody else does it. A lot different. And it gives a more natural. It's more natural, the way it turns out. Yep. Pipe Master, yep. Kind of figured that too. But you know what? And I still say this. I like it when people work out their own issues with things. I don't like it when when we blast. I don't want to blast anybody, man. I want to say this because a lot of people, they really truly, most of you guys that aren't artists, not all, but most of you guys that aren't artists, you really don't know how hard it is to sculpt. You could be a great painter in two-dimensional world, but sculpting is a whole nother level. What's going on? How come oh, it's back. Okay. I guess I had to jiggle the phone. I don't know. But when you're sculpting, you're in a three-dimensional world, and every time you make a little change, just to make the face look right when it's looking straight at you, I make that little change. It can change the way the side view, the front view, the up view, you know, looking up the face, looking down the face. You have to consider all those angles every time you make a little change. And that last, I don't remember who it was that we were talking about earlier about, I think it was Asylum that said, oh man, I wish that mold turned out perfect. That mold wouldn't have been perfect because the nostril flare-outs looked way off. Not looking at it dead on, but the depth of the nostril flare-outs weren't aligned. And you would not have seen that unless you either looked down on the mask or you looked up the mask. Looking straight at it, it looked good. And that has a lot to do with a lot of issues with mask making. Bo Norton, yeah. I don't know what that yeah means. What's yeah mean? What are you doing? Yeah, what are you yesing about? What I'm saying about the sculptures? Yeah, I mean, and that's why it's so difficult to recreate anything let's just say for poster art. My Night Creeper was going to be the poster art. Kind of like, well, actually, it's funny. Nick Molpagano reached out to me and sent me pictures because he was almost done after 10 months of working on his 13 mask. He was kind enough to send me pictures of it before it was even put into a mold. And he sent me pictures of the clay sculpture. And he doesn't do that normally, but he saw where I was headed with my Night Creeper. And I was trying to do the flashback. I'm so tired, so forgive me. Yeah, I'm done with two-part molds. I don't do two-part molds at all. Never will again either. Never will again. One part's all I'll ever do. Yeah, so to getting back to what I was saying, brain fart. Where was I at? Straighten me out, guys. Yeah, I just think that, oh yeah, Nick sent me the pictures to his 13 mask before it was in production. It was still in clay form. He said, don't let anybody see these, don't let anybody. I never shared that with anybody, never did. But he gave me that because he knew that I had stated in my, on one of my videos that I did not want to copy somebody else's mask. That is not what I intend to do with anything that I do. I want to try to stick to poster art or screenshots, or I don't want to go off of a nag mask or try to copy somebody else's mask. So he knows how I feel about that. So he sent me those pictures. He says, Joe, he says, and I saw your video and I know how you feel about of copying some of these masks, but I'm doing the poster art mask from Halloween 4 and 5. It might have been Halloween 4 or 5, whichever, both. And so he said, I want to show you, I've been working on it for 10 months. I have it almost completed. Take a look at this and decide whether or not you want to keep doing the mask you're doing. He wasn't trying to talk me out of doing the mask. He already knew how I felt about copying somebody's work. And I could have done the mask, but you know what? Out of respect and all the help that Nick Mulpagano gave me, especially in the beginning, I did not want to make something and step on his toes. Not that I could have, I might have. But if I had, it just would have hurt his business. And I'm down that now. So I did the Night Creeper the way it looks now. And I did my own rendition of what I think is a really awesome looking Michael Myers mask. So that's the story with Nick Mulpagano and me, and we're good friends, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want anybody talking nonsense about other artists or anything, and not to say it was Nick or it wasn't Nick or any of that stuff. I don't really care. I just know that out of respect for the mask community, I don't want my channel to get as ugly as, and I love Michael-Myers.net. I love the mask, I love the content. But one thing I don't like about the channel is the people that are on there that are very negative, and they jump on each other like, oh my God, vultures, man. They're just attack. And whose is better than this, and that's better than, oh my God, please, get over it. It's a movie, it's a mask, yes. We're all trying to make this mask perfect. We really are, because we're all big fans. Every one of us are huge fans of this movie, Michael Myers. And Michael Myers, we're huge fans of the franchise. Nick, myself, just about any mask maker, because it takes a lot of dedication to make masks. Sam, yes, talking about the 13 mask. I like his 13 mask, and I'm leaving it at that. And I think that, like I said, I love Nick's content. I've got all his videos. I'm going to continue to buy his videos. He is a good artist. Some things he's better, and that's just like me. There's some things that I'm weak in. I think we all have those weaknesses. But the biggest thing you have to remember is we are all huge fans, and our opinions. I say this to anybody that has opinion that's not an artist. You may have a good eye for detail, but if you can't really do it yourself, you got to refrain a little bit, especially talking about other artists. You got to refrain a little bit, because Dark Knight 333. Yes, is he from Britain? Dark Knight. I like his content, man. He's really good too. I like his work. He does a lot of overhauls and stuff, and his work is phenomenal. I think that's who I think it's Dark Knight. I don't know for sure, but anyway, yeah. So my thing is, if you want to criticize on this channel, criticize me and my stuff and what I'm doing. Not other people. I'm not criticizing anybody, and don't ever. I'm never going to do it again. Never will, never, and don't plan on it ever again. And yeah, I'm just. It's just important. It's important to me because I just know how hard it is to do these masks. I mean, look at me. I've been working hard at this for 3.5 years. To perfect this mask. Yeah, he's in the UK, I knew that. Yeah, that's the same guy. Good stuff, man. Man, he's really good overhaul. I like it. I like his overhauls. And I don't think he makes masks though, does he? Dark Knight? I don't think he makes masks. I think he overhauls them and repaints them. He's an amazing artist that way, that's for sure. But sculpting is a different level of art. It's just a different level. And to criticize somebody else's work, man, I'm critical of myself. I got enough criticism for my own work to ever. I'll criticize myself harshly before I criticize somebody else harshly. I mean, it doesn't feel good. I mean, it's public domain, so a lot of people see and hear this stuff. And so do I bash anybody? No. You got your reasons for. I just don't want to do it on the channel. I'd rather people handle their private business privately. And that's how I roll anyway. That's how I've always rolled. So but anyway, guys, I've had a really long day. And I've got to pull these masks out of those molds. Did you hear the fans on in the background? Well, they're fans, in case you don't know what that is, that noise. And they're blowing on the molds. So by tomorrow I'll be able to pull those masks out of there and continue to blow on those masks when they're outside of the mold to dry them even better. And they'll be ready for paint. And I'm going to paint them up by the, have them. My plan is to have at least 4 more masks by next week ready for eBay. You have to remember, once Halloween is over, I'm taking a hiatus from making the masks. So any of you that are on here that see a mask that's on there that you just absolutely gotta have, put a bid in, because after Halloween, other than the people that are getting free masks, if you want I wouldn't recommend getting the flashback, the one that I have right now, if you want to retool. Because I'm talking about the people that are getting free masks. The free mask, you only get one free. You get one free mask. The people that actually won those masks. And helped. You weren't just winners. You helped me through the process of making these masks, and you've been on with me for a long time, and that's my way to say thank you. That's why I'm giving these masks to you guys, and I will honor that. I'm big on integrity, and it goes against every grain of my soul to not come through for you guys, but I can't do it until after Halloween. Now, you have a choice between a flashback or a night creeper. I'll let you choose. If you want the night creeper, then I can do that right after Halloween for you and send it off to you. If you want the flashback, I recommend waiting for the retool, because that's going to be a really nice mask. So with that being said, I think it's time for me to go nighty-night, because my eyes are literally shutting as I'm talking to you guys. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but my eyes are squinting shut. And I'm like, I'm going to put the TV on, and the first couple of words out of whoever's mouth is going to put me right to sleep. Oh, man. Let me see, what can I fall asleep to tonight? Star Trek, the original series, maybe. You may laugh at this, guys, but when you're listening to that show, it is very subdued. It's very, very quiet. It's not a high octane, bang, bang, shoot 'em. Like, it's just very, you hear these like the bridge noises. If you know anything about the original Star Trek series, you know, they're always on the bridge of the Enterprise, and all you hear is these little beep beep and the little noises from the bridge. And man, does it really put you to sleep really easy. And man, it puts me right to sleep. I have a hard time sleeping, man. I put a Star Trek episode on. William Shatner ain't gonna like hearing that, but I think he's one of the only. There's actually 3 survivors left from that original cast. Sulu, he's still alive. Chekhov, he's still alive. And William Shatner. It is so scary that we have lost all those great actors. I love the original Star Trek. And if I can get a flashback done really, really nice, I'm going to send William Shatner one of my flashback masks. Or maybe my Night Creeper. I don't know. But I'm going to send him a mask. I want to send him a mask. Somehow, some way. I'll figure out a way to reach him. Yeah, Nick is really, really, really good at what he does, and that's why I love Nick. I do, man. I've talked to him over the years. I've been with Nick since I can't say from the very beginning, but pretty close to it. That's why I was a little surprised with what went on my channel. So, and you know what? It's my fault. My fault for not stopping that. So I took it on the chin, and you know, he accepted my apology. That's the main thing, because it really was heartfelt. My apology was sincere. I really feel that way. I'm not one of these guys. I know when I'm wrong, I'm the first to jump up and say, sorry, that's my fault. And, you know, the comment wasn't wrong. It's a private comment. That's where it was wrong. It needed to be done privately and not publicly. Yeah, he's really good. Dean Knight, yes, that's the guy. I thought Dark Knight. When he said Dark Knight, no, it was Dean Knight. He said Dean Knight. I watch him all the time, man. Watch him all the time. He's on my. He pops up a lot because I watch him so often. He's on my YouTube. Bing. Every time he puts up a new video, I see him. Hey guys, I'm gonna say goodnight. I can't hold myself up. I can't stay up anymore. I gotta go to bed. And now my phone is fully charged again. Yay! When I first started the stream, my phone was at 2%. It's at 85% now, 86%. So. No, I don't know who Dean Knight is. Who is Dean Knight? Yeah, I know the channel. I don't really know him personally, but I watch the channel all the time. I watch the channel all the time. Not too much gets past me. I'm a big YouTuber, man. I love watching YouTube all the time. I love watching YouTube. I think 99% of the time I'm on YouTube more than anything else, except for when I go to sleep. Batman. Bo Norton, you said Batman? Dean Knight is Batman? As in science fiction character, Well, we know it's science fiction. But did he play Batman at some point? Uh, in a film? Or does Dean Knight stand for something that I'm not, I'd never heard the phrase. I know Knight, you know, they were considered the Dark Knight. But he said Dean Knight, so it's not Dark Knight. Yeah, he likes his Batman stuff, man. He's got a lot of Batman. I need to get a hold of a Michael Myers 1/12 scale. Any of you guys have one? And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, on the back of this case that's here, that has the display, I have this big case here. On the back of that case, I'm going to make a Michael Myers house. But I realized it has to be 1/6 scale or 1/12 scale Michael Myers, meaning Michael Myers is 6 inches tall. All right. And I'm going to make a facade in the back of the case of the Myers house. Now, I'm pretty sure, let me see, if it's 6 inches, if he's 6 inches tall, the door's about 7 inches tall. And I'm going to say the roof line is probably 9 to 10 inches tall. So let me see. Man, that makes me want to do this real quick. I got to see how much height I have to make the Myers house in that case. In the back of the case, there's going to be a facade in the back of that case. That's going to be the Myers house with him standing on the porch. And then the mask will be on display in the front. No, it's Dean Knight. That's the guy's name, Dean Knight, not Dark Knight. Although he does like his Batmans. He does a lot of Batman stuff. I need to measure that. All right, so I'm unplugging my phone. Go grab my tape measure. Because I can't remember the measurements. I can't remember yesterday, let alone measurements that I took from like 6-7 years ago. All right, so I'm dealing with about 16 inches. All right, so yeah, I don't know about that. It might just fit. I won't have a roof line. I won't have the top of the roof, maybe a little bit of it. But the porch will be around 9 inches, right where the 9 inch, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that'll be the roof line at 7 inches. 7 inch mark would be right where the roof line is for the porch. Then you have the upstairs. And I really want to make it, so maybe I have to go even smaller. So I need a Michael Myers at a 1/16. I have to look at that. I'll have to look at to see what it is. But I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Maybe I have to sculpt my own Myers miniature. What did I say? 16 inches. If I make a 1/2 inch a foot, yeah, that's what I'd have to do, 1/2 inch per foot. That would be the right measurement for that box to make a full Michael Myers house against the plexiglass in the back side of that case. For display only. Got another brilliant idea that I looked up and saw nothing for sale, and I'm going to sell that on my I'm going to sell that product on once I make it. That's going to be, you're going to see all the things that I'm making. And then when I put them up, you're going to be going, oh my God, what a great idea. But that's if you're into the sort of thing that I'm going to do. It'd be pretty cool. It is going to be cool. I know a lot of people that love that stuff. So, all right, I got to get off of here, guys. I'm so damn tired. Yeah, Asylum, it's still there. DJ Myers. It's all good, man. Yep, Asylum, it is still there. You pay for shipping, man. I'll send it out to you, Asylum. Somebody's promised that mask. Was it you, Asylum? Somebody else. I don't forget who it was. It was like, I really want that mask. I really want that mask. And I told him I'd give it to him. But he never came through with the... shipping costs. You know, so... But then again, I may not have given contact information. Now you guys got all my contact information. If you go to my Facebook and right on my page, you'll see all the there's a page where it gives you all the links that you can contact me on. You can contact me on all those links. All right, guys. Good night, man. I'm going to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Man, that's so old. Nah, it's not. All right, it was somebody else that wanted that mask. I forget who it was. But they kept saying, that's got my name on it. Am I going to get that mask? Yeah, get that mask, but you got to pay for shipping. I'm not going to pay for shipping. You're getting a free mask. And it's not even that, I don't like it. It's got the jaw that sticks out a little too far. It's creepy. It'll scare people. It's not numbered, it's not signed, it's none of that stuff. I'm not going to number it or sign it because that mold doesn't even exist anymore. I got rid of that mold a long time ago because it just didn't look good to me. The lips especially, couldn't stand them. The chin, jaw, just, there's a lot of things that are wrong with it that I didn't like. Good night, Bo. I'm going to bounce off here too, man. I got to get some sleep. All right, peace, everybody. See you on the next video. Hit the like and hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you, and I'll see you possibly tomorrow night. Good night.